Yeye akija kwako siku 3 nafaa kumfukuza.
Ndio si kufukuza, umwambie atafute mahali ili our dini ina to encourage you to become hard workers.
Wewe ni mtu gani? Tuseme my father, my uncle, my sister.
Any person in a Somali community or a Muslim community, sorry.
Siku 3. So Msomali haizi anzisha biashara ya kupeana loans.
It's hard.
Okay, haizi anzisha biashara.
Kabisa, it's forbidden, it's haram, and if you start, the consequences with God is huge. Somali kwa Probox. Atabeba paka, yani he can do a lot of other things.
Atabeba hadi nyumba.
Yani kila kitu, because it's a way of transportation. It has that you do it with a business. He will carry his business, and it's always he'll make it clean. Now he's a car owner. Even everyone can say, I can give you my daughter.
This is Dove Podcast, crafting stories, building brands.
Let's be honest with ourselves. Our schools never taught us selling skills, and today we would like to digest how can one acquire specifically the youth of Africa. You know, we are behind in terms of sales and other things, and sales is like everything in our life. Why? We depend sales to marry the right wife, to persuade, to get the right job, and to get all those skills are so highly demanded here in Africa that people ignore it. And welcome to this Loft Media podcast. Today we're here to digest that topic, and with me is Daniel Kihoro, who is going to host me with this shop. And if he has other questions, I'll let him to ask me. Okay. Daniel, welcome.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed, and also thank you our viewers for having us. As today we are going to talk about now selling. We want now Mr. Mohammed to tell us more about what is selling, the criteria that you as a business person you have to use so that at least you can become a successful business person. We'll talk about also the Muslims. Why are most of the Muslims very successful in business? The Somali people, why? The secret. Tunajua leo utajaribu kutuelezea. So, asanteni sana na karibu sana kwenye shop.
Kabisa. Karibuni nyote, na we're going to have a great show as we always bring on.
Today we want to discuss about selling. Maybe first you can start with the definition of selling. What is selling in business?
Selling is simple terms is solving a customer's problem or someone's problem. You have a problem, someone else has a problem. For example, he wants to hire the right person in a certain position in terms of jobs. You have to look, that's a problem. Then the right candidate, when he appears and solves that problem, now you have to sell yourself to the boss. You have to sell your commodity to the market. So selling is like solving a problem. I think once someone recognizes a problem and the person meets the need or the problem is solved, now that is a way to say, you can say in layman's term, tumeuzia kitu mtu.
So selling, it is the definition according to your understanding is it is solving someone's problem. So watu wanakuangana issue, then ukikuja hapo ukiwapatia solution, now it is called selling.
Yes.
Selling now in business. All right. I've been having this issue yenye unapata mtu maybe you can have the same people. Okay, we can have like for example in a city unapata we have like 10 people selling the same product, the same thing, maybe with the same price, but utapata buyers wenye wanaingia kwa hii shop ni wengi maybe as compared to buyers wenye wanaingia to the other shop. What's the difference now there?
I think the difference first is the other person, how is handling his customers. First, people are different and they are creatures. We tend to lean towards people who understand us, who empathy with us, who like listening. You know, there is one shop can listen even your personal stories. You feel like, wow, mambo mtaa, mambo nyumbani. Then from there later, you start now, when he start to offer you something, you start buying. And like another, what do you want? You don't have that. The attitude. You see, a lot of is more of psychological. You know, you go to shop A, shop B, shop C. Shop C, you see people are smiling, welcoming you, rapport with you. Those are now hidden things that people don't tell each other. All of us, we can open shops, but if you don't have the skills of human interactions, you're going to lose. A person who is social, who is open, who asks direct questions, who listens, those are now the traits of selling. He will outsell you, and then other factors are bidii ya mtu na mchapakazi. You can stay selling the same phone along the street. One sells daily basis. One also knows how to keep records of his clients, how to follow up over the phone, how to attract them, how to market through social media. All those are different strategies to get more sales. So unlike wewe mnafungua nyote same duka, but you don't know the strategy of that person is using. And we say sales is 80% psychology, 20% strategy. So those combined is a lethal weapon.
Okay, you have talked very well about the 80% psychology and 20% strategy. We kindly request for your expoundation on that. How do you mean by saying 80% strategy and 20%?
80% mindset.
80% mindset and 20% strategy. What is this mindset and this strategy?
I think psychology or mindset is believing in yourself. When you wear the right jacket, you stand in front of those mirrors, you say that today I'm going to make 100 sales or 100 phone sales or 100 solar thing, whatever product you are selling, and then you come up with the right action plan, and then you take those. So believing itself that you're going to make it is even, that's mindset. The winning attitude that you're going to win. The competition is high. Today is raining. A lot of factors are against you. The government is bad. The economy is bad. Yet you wake up. You say, let me put the bread of my children on this table. How I'm going to overwork myself. If I used to knock 100 doors, today I'm going to knock 1,000 doors. By putting those worth it 10 times more effort. Your competitor is just putting 5 doors, is knocking or selling just a product. You knocking 1,000 doors in a day. What does that result? Even God will say this person deserves, supposed to be growing. So in life, we get what we deserve in terms of output you put. And then another person is there, oh, uchumi mbaya, the government is bad, the economy is bad. So by having that winning mindset, that attitude, never say die hard. That's what we call a mindset or a psychological.
Okay.
So it is something we live. Ni roho yetu ambayo tunaishi naye. You have to believe that the way we believe God is there, the way we have not seen him, those are now the belief. In business also, you believe that you're going to make $1 million, $10 million, $5 million by believing first, and then you come up with the action. That's now the 80% in terms of psychology of belief. That's the mindset. 20% is now how you plan. Today we're here in Mombasa, Kenya. We say today we are going to target Nyali residents. We are going to target in Likoni residents. All having different needs and problems. Those are high-end classes, low-end classes. Which product to sell? You know the product to sell in Nyali. You know the product to sell in Likoni. And then how you distribute your teams on the field, and everyone is given a commission or a target. You make 200, 300, 400. Even by selling 1,000 products, you can have 100 people working with you, below you. Each one you give them something. By the end of the day, as a boss or as someone who is in that sales, would you not sell? Yes, everyone you give them a commission. So their bosses have given them everyone like a 10,000 products. By the end of the evening, he has to sell.
Yes.
If there are 100 of them, knocking almost $100, as a boss or as a company owner, how many doors are you knocking indirectly with your effort, with your direction? 1,000 plus.
Yes.
Now, by the end of the day, you'll make sales. As millions of people are living in a city, that's an opportunity every day you wake up. The psychology I'm talking is believing that opportunity is there. And the things I've learned from Jim Rohn, my great mentor
Yes.
told us that life is a mix of, in the last 6,000 years, the way records are 6,000 years back, life is opportunity mixed with problems. Opportunity mixed with problems, yes.
Okay.
Today we are booming. Tomorrow we are down. Boom, bust. Boom, bust. In the last 6,000 years. When there is a problem, Corona time, all of us were having problem. Later, within a year, it vanished. Things came back to normal. You understand? Others have went out of business. Others have grown. Other businesses were started during Corona. Now they're doing multi-million dollars, billions of money. Same problem. It was started. When there's a problem, others have started. What do they have? They have a different mindset, different ball game they're playing. So the moment you believe yourself and you believe that life is a mix of a problem with opportunity. When there is a problem, that's the best time to have an opportunity to do something. We have a problem of government is having a problem in terms of businesses are closing. That's the time to start even a great business. Why? In this business, when they're closing, maybe the owner was not serious, the owner was not doing social media, the owner was not, you just check that video, it's a furniture business, you take it, you rebrand it, and you advertise it, and you wait for 2-3 years. Maybe he's closing because he had 10-year loans, 20-year loans. His personal problems were different from you. The moment you believe that, I can take this business. That's what I did, alhamdulillah. We took over, I ran a group of schools. I expanded when people were fearing from Corona. I took almost now 4 more schools after Corona. how, and it was my best time. And God knows, Alhamdulillah, I grew after Corona. And everyone who knows me in this video will say that Mohammed has grown after. Before Corona, all of us were crying. Schools, it's the worst investment. Oh, even some of my investors were not believing. The moment they saw me, they got shocked. That, oh, Mohammed, you're taking over a school. How? I told them, I believe that God is there. And then I believe this quote. In the last 6,000 years, the world was having opportunity mixed with problem. When there is a boom, there is bust. And when there is bust, when we are in the valley, still God will take us away from. One is we have those hard taken, and you have that great mindset. Nothing will stop you. So, moment you believe that today we are here, tomorrow will be down. Even this empire will go up, tomorrow I have to come again because Mungu mix. When others are going down, others are coming up. You know, God has a problem. When the world is shaken in terms of economically, collapse is there, God is raising others. And I'm a believer of God. We are Muslims. That when others are getting out of business, others are introducing to the business. When others are closing their business, others having the best time in their life. Why? It's God's grace. God wants others to elevate. How can he has to elevate others to wenye kiburi, wenye walijisahau, wamekuwa na neema. Now they forgot themselves. God will raise you above. So God anataka uwe na moyo mzuri. You believe him. So to us, you are not atheists. We believe in that God's hand will be there to help you.
We will come to that topic, but before that, I'm a media professional and business expert, whereby in media, for you to become successful, number one, consistency, quality,
same in life.
So is that the same thing apply in business? What's that secret in business that can make you successful? Maybe for you to become that one person good entrepreneur.
In simple, come up with, I think, a plan, and then what do? You have an idea and take massive action, story mention. Then leave anything that comes out is the result. Your result can be you've opened a business, it didn't work. Now that is called a poor result. You are not failed. But people in their mindset, they tell themselves they have failed, I have to go back and look for a job. No, you haven't failed. The business, your outcome you got was not the right formula. Look for another outcome. Look for another outcome. As long as you have time and you're still young, you can change until you get the right combination. It's like opening a phone number. If I want to call you a number, all of us, you have 10 digits, but the digit combination is different. If I miss one letter from one number from your number, I'll be calling someone else. Is that a different result? Yes. But for me to get Kihoro, I have to call 07, the last number is 21, let's assume. And the last time I called 22. 22 is a different. By missing one ingredient, I'm calling another person. By calling you direct, what do I get? I get you. That's not how results is. So in business and in our psychology or in a winning attitude, we believe in getting the right results or the wrong results. Any business fail, we don't call failure. We call getting the wrong things. Then the wrong dose. Now we look for the right dose.
Nataka niingililie tu religion yenu kidogo. There's this narrative whereby the Muslims stroke Somali people are doing very well in business. Na kuna vitu mob zenye wanasema wanafanya differently as compared to other religions. What is that secret yenye nyinyi mko nayo ile mnafanya vizuri kwa business yenye watu wengine wameshindwa kufanya?
You know, for us, I don't want to praise the community or the Muslim at large. We also have, let's assume, 70% of us are practicing, let's assume. 30% also spoiled ones are there.
Yes.
Those crooks, we can't say the whole community is clean. Let's preempt that. But majority, they are practicing as a Muslim. We have our God. We believe him. For us, we are not supposed to take interest. We don't have to go. But sometimes nowadays, also the community, kuna watu wametoka nje kidogo, si kwa ubaya. There are some.
What do you mean by kutoka nje?
Yani kuna kidogo watu
wanasiamu kwenda kwa religion nyingine.
No, kutoka kwa the covenant of businesses. Yeah. So they're getting out of the right God's way. But those are few. But let's assume to the 70%, we give it a chance. Like 70% of us, we are really practicing to the core of Islam in terms of businesses. You don't have to cheat. For us, like the communities or Muslims, contract is there by word of mouth. Most small business, I mean, but large ones are having contracts and written, but majority are small scale every day. So mama mboga zetu, everyone, they have their own chamas. They trust one person, they collect the money, they invest. You understand those things. So for a pure Muslim or a Muslim, he's supposed to honor your word. You must pay your debts on time. All those, yeah. You have to you have to pay your employees on time what you have agreed.
So,
whether at the
so
business
that is
meeting.
a covenant between you and Allah.
Yes, no, that is like, it's not a covenant.
Mhm.
It's a basic need for a Muslim. Basic, let's assume that's a basic requirement for a Muslim practicing a business
Mhm.
to go to ethics. And the biblical is there, but I don't know. But biblicals, there are those who follow Christianity to the core.
Yes.
But nowadays the world becomes corrupt. Everyone is doing his own. You know, God has his laws. Once you follow those laws, you can't apply. You are human. You know, we are human beings. We tend to favor something or the other. But the moment there's this line drawn, you can't cross, you have to respect. That's the way to grow. And God will bless your business. It will be generational wealth. And then even if it's small, God will make you have barakah. Barakah is a blessed business.
Okay.
You know, you won't get unnecessary losses. You'll just stay afloat, and God will protect you the evil things, other unnecessary things. You can be a millionaire, but God can give you 1,000 problems. You understand? Because you have done, you got the business or the illegal ways. It's not the right way. You have stabbed others, you stole others. You also won't have a peace in your business. You'll make those millions, but there's a way God will take away from you in a way. Unaona familia yako watu ni wagonjwa, wengine wanaenda India, wengine, you know, those things that God avoids you, ama Mungu anaku protect. Unakuwa unaishi tu maisha yako hata kama ni mapato ni kidogo, but God blesses that business when you are genuine, when you are honest. God gives you long live. You can live long, honest life. At least your people are healthy. They are not giving, but you're earning illegal way. God will give you all the kind of tests because you have to pay it, whatever you stole from people.
While I was in the university, we were taught that in politics, for you to enter into power,
Yeah.
there are factors that you must follow. Number one is promise. Number two is lies. Those are
So
the
Machiavellis, I don't know.
which, according to the Quran, according to my understanding, it is not the right way. But also we have Muslims, stroke Somalis in government. How do they cope with that? Like, for example, a good example is Eden Duale.
Wow. Like Duale, the way I can see, he's a practicing Muslim. He's a man who has his own words. I think to us, if we say in politics, he's also standing the interest of the community. Sometimes the human beings, they make errors. They're not 100%. And politics are part of kuvutana. Kila mtu anavuta ngome kwa meza. Yani,
It is
tunavuta
called
kwa
interest.
interest.
Yes.
So for us, Duale is our kingmaker in northern people. So I think he's standing, but although siasa pia ni chafu, sometimes for Muslim, politics is a part of life. Business, politics, you can't escape it. But we try to minimize to human level so that you don't become so dirty. But at least you try your best. Where you miss, your prayers will cover you. You pray to your God, God will forgive us. I think, but Duale is a good example. A loyal, when you are given a position, you have to be loyal to your leader. And he was loyal to Ruto for how many years? 2014, there were clips that he was saying, the day I'll be happy when I see Ruto coming. Those are now for his word, and he never betrayed. He just stayed.
You normally talk of loyalty.
That's a total loyalty. But other people, when you raise them up, they become backing to you. They want to use the other politics now, the dirty American or British written laws of politics. You want to outshine your boss. You want to do harm. You want to take over.
But why?
Although those greedy, even Muslims empires were there.
Yes.
You know, power is people when they taste power. It's so sweet.
Okay. Mr. Mohammed, why? When it comes to politics, you break the law. But when it comes to other things, you want to maintain the law.
Okay, for who?
Okay, for example, you have said
Yeah.
in politics you can break the law,
No, you're
fulfill
not.
the promise, fulfill the interest of the community. But you are saying in business you can't break the law.
No,
So,
for him,
yes.
he is not interested. What does that interest mean? If a person in northern Eastern, we need roads, we need everything. No, listen, we are Muslims, yes,
Yes.
but we are the majority dominant Kenyan Christian country. Yes, that's the fact we are here. For us to live with people, we have to live with our neighbors in a good way. Why? Because if there's a political cake, we must be also on the table, not on the menu. We'll be on the table because we pay taxes, we demand also the same. But previous government, they were ignoring our region. They were never giving any attention. They were seen like a desert, a semi-desert, not important. But tomorrow, if they find an oil, they are the one crying to settle there. But now, since nothing is explored there, although there's a lot of reserves, now people say, that's a northerners. Tuachane na hao, to focus somewhere else in the central province. You understand the regions of the dominant presidents. Because the culture here in Kenya is who do you call? Mwenye nguvu apishwe, something like that. So the one in power will decide where to go. the development. But
Oh.
for us, when we are loyal to others or Duale is loyal to Ruto, now the dividends we are see. Our roads will be built, our things. So through that way, we are getting people small things, the
Okay.
things we deserve, not the things we're supposed to be given.
Mm.
Why? We are part of this country. We are not here by guests.
Yes.
Yes, we have almost, the way he said, 75% of land mass of Kenya
Yes.
is the Asal, the region from Isiolo down to Mandera is a land that the British could join us here. So now we are living not as guests. We have our land, we have everything. But others say, go back to Somalia. Oh, and then that's a story, Wakonazo Nima story. Where do we go back? If we go back with our country, Kenya just I'll be a small dot in the map.
This is Dove Podcast, crafting stories, building brands.